Okay, here we are for round 2. Oh, come on. Not this again. Sorry if this is unprofessional. I just Moto just so my two different monitors have different resolutions, and it is just embarrassing how Moto can't handle it. So I might have to buy a new monitor just to be better off. I guess we keep this. Keep having no creature hands, though. I keep saying that, and we're playing the non-Wild Nikado version, so maybe I would just prefer the Wild Nikado version. I mean, this hand is fine. Like, I do have Shard Volley's obviously really bad compared to Lightning Bolt, but I do have 3 lands, so if we do have play against like a creature deck, you know, we do have removal if we need it. But not having a creature kind of sucks. But there are some decks where, you know, you'd rather just have a ton of burn. Like Grixis Control or something. Okay. Well, this is not one of the matchups where I don't want no creatures. Rift Bolt you. Ooh, actually, I should hold the fetch land. Well, it's tough. There aren't that many cards you want to Searing Blaze. So... okay. I think fetching the Thin is just better. Okay, no Tron piece. That's pretty nice. Are playing against green-white, which is the prevalent version, which actually is kind of good and bad for the burn deck, because now they have Path, which is better against like the haste creatures a lot of the time. Like Pyroclasm is good, but you can just lose sometimes to them having Pyroclasm. When your hand is just all creatures. Not in great shape here, though we are not going to have to face a Wormcoil Engine for a little while. Ancient Stirrings, okay. Not really sure what the standard hate for burn is in Green-White Tron. I know that Tom Ross, when he won the Open, played Thragtusk. He's got a Wormcoil. If he plays a Tron piece here, I don't think I'm even supposed to cast anything. But he plays a map. Skullcrack can just beat the Wormcoil. That's probably the first thing he's going to play. I'm just going to wait one turn. I have plenty of lands. My opponent... oh, I should have fetched. Whoops. I was going to say, I can always just wait. Super flooded now. Problem with burn. I mean, 20 lands, 5 lands, 5 spells is not even unreasonable, but you just lose this game like every time. But I do have 9 points in my hand, so if I can manage to rip a Boros Charm, I have lethal. And I do have Skullcrack for the first Wormcoil hit. I should probably start leaving stuff in my hand in case he plays Karn before a Wormcoil. Which he might. Like, he might figure my hand is just a bunch of Searing Blazes. Yeah, not fetching. So bad. I mean, obviously I should fetch. I think I'm going to get fetched just once. So I can end of turn Searing Blaze and hold Sacred Foundry in my hand. Suspending that is kind of loose. If he draws a Spellskate, he gains 1 life off of it. But now he's still not even playing Wormcoil this turn. Which is pretty nice. A ton of time. He had a really bad... I had a really bad... we both had terrible draws this game. Okay, so... alright, well, he has Tron next turn. He can play something like a... I might run into trouble if he plays like a Ulamog, you know, instead of a Wormcoil, which is likely. He probably has Path. He's held up Razorverge Thicket all game. So he probably actually has a Path to Exile in his hand. So if I draw a creature, I really want it to be an Eidolon. Though Eidolon just gets kind of stuffed by Wormcoil, obviously. There's the tower. Oblivion Stone. Ooh, he actually didn't. He's not leaving the mine up. Interesting. So do I fetch to Thin here? Or would I rather try to end a turn Searing Blaze? I kind of like fetching a Thin just because if I draw a haste creature, that should be enough. Because he's at 10 right now. And I can always just play the Sacred Founding of Searing Blaze. Though if he, let's say he Ulamogs me, kills 2 of my lands. No, I just don't fetch. It's not worth thinning to not have the end of turn Searing Blaze, I don't think. Okay. And it looks bad, but I mean, it's Bloodstained Mire would still have been in my deck. Which I guess kind of... do I even play the Bloodstained Mire? I think so, because I wanna just... If he plays like a Wormcoil, I want to just thin my deck. I want to Searing Blaze it and double fetch. End of turn. Like Ulamog doesn't even do anything here because I have so many lands. It's kind of funny. And I can even take a hit. Yeah, he smartly is playing Karn. That's super smart. I probably should have kept one more land in my hand, honestly. Should have kept one Bloodstained Mire in my hand. I knew I should have. Man, this is gonna get ugly. Yeah, I punted. I might lose because of that, actually. Or he might restart the game. Game might just come down to a top deck. Yeah, that was horrendous. I knew that it was horrendous, especially because I wasn't even going to fetch the Thin. I even said, see, that's the thing about Burn is, like, you make one, it's not, I'm going to say that it's one of the easier decks to play, but you still, like, have these razor-tight margins. You make one tiny mistake. Like, right now, he just couldn't, I don't think he could win if... Oh, did I redirect to Karn? That was an accident. That was an accident. Whoops. Tilted, and I'm screwing up everywhere now. Wow, yeah, that was a total misclick on my part. Whoops. It's not even playing Wormcoil. So I guess I just fetch. Get another mountain out of my deck. Is there anything I can't play if I draw? There's no even reason to play the Skullcrack yet, right? No. Oh, that's just lethal. Okay, well. Better lucky than good. But to be fair, the yes was just a misclick, so we would have got there either way. Very lucky, but I actually had another turn to draw a burn spell, because he didn't play the Wormcoil. I guess I had the Skullcrack anyway, but... We would have had one more turn to draw a burn spell. Okay, so... What do we do against Tron? I don't hate Revelry. Just because he's going to have Spell Skites. It's a lot worse on the draw, though. I really don't like Lightning Helix. So I think that Skull Cracks are better than Lightning Helix. Deflecting Palm could be super sick. Problem is he might have Spellskite. Oh, this doesn't target the choice, right? It just makes so much choice. So actually, you can't redirect Spellskite. Deflecting Palm could be really sick in a couple different ways. It's either going to hit Ulamog or Wormcoil. Want to cut all the Searing Blaze too. So the question is, would we rather have... I guess we want... Well, how much better is Revelry than Helix? I think I want at least 2 Revelries, but I don't want to, like, draw multiples, I don't think. I guess Revelry's also good against Wormcoil, huh? You blow it up for 1 turn. I just don't think Path is that good. I think that's a mistake to board in Path. Pathing them also really helps their mana. So I think what we do here is board in 2 Revelries and leave in 2 Helixes. I could leave in Deflecting Palm. It could be a huge blowout. 6 damage burn spell. 10 damage burn spell. Though I'm not even guaranteed to be able to cast this against an Ulamog. So let's put in a Helix and a Revelry. Like, there's just too likely that I'm just going to need a Lava Spike off the top. And Helix does that, where Deflecting Palm doesn't. But they also have... He's also going to have Thragtusk. Maybe I should just put this in. Put in 1, 2 Deflecting Palms instead of Helix. Though if we're locked under Karn, like, it's so much worse. Maybe I split the difference. Do I have a 61 card deck? It's not letting me submit. I guess I have a 61 card deck. I didn't even notice. What's the 61st card? I don't even know. I don't know what's happening. Didn't notice that in my first match. No, now it's 60 again. Okay, so that was just the Moto bug that you see sometimes. Solid hand. I'm glad this isn't a Deflecting Palm. But we decided on 2 Helix, 1 Palm, which I think is reasonable. I actually think that, like, being able to palm an Ulamog is pretty big because it can win you a game you otherwise were never going to win. Which is not something that Burn can really do that well. But this is the kind of draw, like, Swiftspear into Eidolon is much better against the green-white version. Because he can't just Pyroclasm away, and if he wants to Path, like, that just gives me an extra land. Which is pretty strong. Ooh, no second land. Okay, let's go ahead and just grab the green. Play our Eidolon. It is nice to finally be one of the decks that just punishes this deck. You know, I'm usually playing the decks that lose to Tron, so being able to just crush it. I mean, obviously he's had bad draws, but in game 1, we didn't really do much. Neither did he, but... Sylvan Scrying? Sure. We take 2... We even have enough mana to do both next turn? I guess I should see what's on top first. Sylvan Scrying. Just don't think he can win this game. I don't think there's any card. Timely Reinforcements doesn't save him. Pyroclasm, I guess, would save him, but he's not even playing, you know, red. Alright, well, pretty clean win there.